Welcome to Engage Math, Lesson 25, Problem 3. And what we are doing here is we are solving for D, the depth in meters at the point of disturbance when there's a tsunami. Now, in order to solve for D, we have to know what S is. So they have told us that the speed S is the square root of 9810, so 9,810. So that's what's going to go in for S. So the square root of 9,810 is equal to the square root of 9 and 81/100ths times D. And we're solving for D. Now, just like the problems we've been practicing, we can now square both sides to get rid of the radical on both sides. So I'm squaring both sides. So on the left, I'm going to get 9,810. And on the right, we're going to get 9 and 81/100ths times D. So now to get D by itself, we divide both sides by 9 and 81/100ths. And we don't need a calculator for this problem because those cancel. So we're going to get D equals. And because we're dividing 9,810 by 9 and 81/100ths, if you're not sure how to do that without a calculator, this is what I would recommend. I would recommend rewriting the entire number with no decimals. So you could have 9,810, but if you add 2 zeros, it's like moving the decimal 2 over in the numerator. So as long as you do the same thing in the denominator, you can move the decimal over 2 to the right in the denominator. Because what we've really done is we've multiplied the numerator and the denominator by 100. And now it might be a little bit easier to see that 981,000 divided by 981 gives us that the depth of the water, because D is the water depth in meters at the point of disturbance, is 1,000. So the depth is 1,000 meters. So we needed to remember to square both sides, but we didn't actually need a calculator for this. So if you remember, when we square both sides of an equation, we have to check for extraneous solutions. And certainly in this case, if you put 1,000 back in into the formula for D, you would get exactly what you should, the square root of 9810 or 9,810. Great job. We'll see you next time at Engage Math.